Hi, I'm Florette Bloom, and I want to welcome you to the Guide Card Collaboration YouTube Hop. We have 26 fantastic artisan designers that are going to give you tutorials on how to create fantastic guide cards. We're going to give you tips and techniques on all the different styles that many of us use. Some will be stamping, painting, all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be really, really fun. Not only that, there are going to be prizes at the end. So what I want you to do is grab a pencil and paper and write the letters A through Z in the alphabet down, because in each of our videos we're going to give you the name of a tool and you're just going to write that tool down next to the letter of the alphabet. At the end of the 26 tutorials, Gareth will be last, and he'll give you all the instructions on what you need to do to enter to win a prize. There's going to be some great prizes, so you will just have so much fun learning, and who doesn't love a prize? So let's get started. I'm going to show you what we're going to use, and we're going to make a really fun guide card. So let's get started. So what makes a masculine card masculine? Well, to me, I find that if I use a lot of different textures, it gives a nice masculine feel. So I'm going to use some nice heavy natural looking twine, and I've just taken it and colored it with a Copic marker to black. You can color it, which is great with Copic markers, to any color you want, and it was actually a natural piece of twine. Then I'm going to use some corrugated cardboard, and I got that corrugated cardboard from this Mixed Media Elements pad by Brutus Monroe. And in this pack there's a lot of different card patterns that are great for masculine cards. I also want to give it a really masculine feel, and I'm going to use like a piece of cardstock that I've cut down to size, and I'm going to stencil a really cool masculine pattern onto it using our new stencil called Gears. And all the links for everything will be in the description as well, along with all the other YouTube links too. And then I'm also going to attach all of this, once I get these pieces finished, to a pre-made A2 size card. I love these pre-made cards because they just make everything really fast and easy. So, but if you wanted to make your own, it's 5.5 by 4.25. That's the standard size for an A2 card. We're going to use this really cool masculine stamp set called Get Your Motor Runnin', and we're going to use this cool motorcycle along with this badge, and in the badge we're going to put the stamp congratulations. There's also Happy Father's Day or Happy Birthday, and they all fit in here, so it's really great for any occasion that you have coming up. And there's a lot of other super cool elements that you could use, but for today we're going to use the motorcycle and this really What I've got here is a stamping positioner. You could do this without a stamping positioner too, but I just find it really easy to use. So what I've done is I've taken the negative space. This was a digital die cut. Cut this out on a Cricut. You can cut it on any digital die cutting machine. And I've got my cutout here that's your actual digi die. And then I saved the negative space because I'm going to put it inside here. And I'm going to take our stamp, and to line this up, I'm just going to put it inside the negative space here. And when I close this up, it's automatically going to be lined up perfectly. Now, like I said, you could use a stamping block for this as well, but I just find this a little bit easier, because if I want, I can stamp it multiple times to get it darker and darker in color. So once I'm done, I'm going to pop in my digi die. I'm going to take my ink and ink up my motorcycle. Give it a lot of nice ink, and then we're just going to press it down, and it's going to be a perfect image. And of course, like I said, we can always stamp it again if we need it to be darker. So like, see here, I want to go a little more just to make it a little bit darker. But that would give a really cool vintage feel if you just went with that there. You want to give it a little bit of time for the ink to absorb into the paper. Now this is a watercolor paper, so sometimes you'll have to stamp it twice just because of the nature of the paper. But look at that. Fantastic image right away. And then you're just going to pick it out. And there you go. It's a perfect digi die, and you're ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for our bag. Here I'm going to use some Distress Stain by Tim Holtz, and this one is called Vintage Photo. Now I've taken a stamping block, and I'm going to add it to the stamping block. and so that I have the ink there. And then I'm going to use an ink dauber to do this. Now we have our stencil, and we're just going to decide where we want to lay it. You can tape it down if you like, or hold it with your fingers. For this, just to show you, I'm going to tape it down, and I'm just going to kind of pick a really cool spot to grab the design that I want. And you don't have to be too careful, you're just putting it down so it doesn't move around while you're inking. Okay, so now we've got this really cool pattern, and we're gonna put that onto our paper. I'm just gonna dab the ink on here, dab it on. Alright, I just love this color. I think it has, now you could do it as light as you want or as dark as you wanted. I wanted a nice dark tone, so you'll notice I added it a couple times onto my ink block and kept dabbing it on. And once that's done, you can just peel off your stencil and look at that awesome color and design that you have now for this super cool background. Isn't that awesome? How cool is that? Okay, so also what I like to do is I'm going to use now right straight out of the bottle, and I'm just kind of frame it kind of in a messy fashion just to give it a nice edge around it, just to frame it out. So I think it looks nice on your card when you just kind of give it an edge all around. Isn't that cool? So cool. That's going to look great on our card. Gone ahead. We've stamped our images using the Get Your Motor Running stamp set. We've cut them out. Now, of course, as I showed, we did this with the Digi Die Cut, but you could also stamp these images and cut them out of your paper using your scissors. So you don't have to have a cutting machine or anything like that to do it. You can just go the good old-fashioned way and cut them out with your scissors after you've stamped them. And I love the backgrounds that you get using stencils. And this one is just so fun, and it goes perfectly with this motorcycle theme, this gears stencil. And of course, I'll have all the links again in the description. So now we've got all our elements created, and I also want to add a little metal. So I got some little brads that I'm going to add to the front of this card. Now I've taken some twine, and this twine was actually a natural color, and then I'll show you how I did that, just to give you a little example. So all I did to get this nice black color is I took a natural piece of twine like this and a Copic marker, and all you do, and you could do this with any color, so even if you're not making a masculine card or whatever color, if you want it to match the theme of your card, all you have to do is take your marker and go around each side of your twine, and it will be whatever color the Copic marker color is. So it's just a little tip that I use when I'm coordinating everything together. I like to work on a piece of glass, and that's just because I feel like I can wipe everything off whenever I need to. So let's assemble this card. So first I'm going to take my stencil piece, and I'm going to lay it on top of here and decide where in the middle I want it to be, because I'm going to attach 3 of the corners with brads. And how I'm going to do that is just simply taking a pair of scissors, and I'm going to poke a slit into 3 of the corners. So I'm just going to line it up with my fingers here, and I'm going to poke a hole into 3 of the sides. Okay, then I'm simply going to take my brad, push it through, and open it on the back side. Real nice and easy. But I think the added metal is just going to give it that extra masculine touch to the card, because now we've got, you know, this corrugated cardboard, we've got twine, we've got metal, so all kinds of cool elements coming together. And these are going to match the nice background that we're going to use on our card. And what you can see, we've got a lot of patterns going on, so don't be afraid to use different patterns, because when you use like round items with stripes, it all comes together. And always think in terms of like threes, odd numbers I should say. So we've got like 3 brads, and then we're gonna pop these off using some foam tape. So I'm just gonna take my motorcycle, flip it over, and attach it to the card. So that it pops up. And I love this foam tape because I can cut it to any size that I need. And I'm going to do the same thing for the back of our tag. Then I'm going to pop it in the corner here. I'm going to give it an angle just to give it a little more interest. Peel off the backs of these. Plus this is quick and easy, isn't it, with the peel off tape? I'm going to pop my motorcycle right in here. Looking cool already, but I want to add that twine as well. So all I'm going to do is I've got a little piece of washi tape. Oh, and I don't want to forget, I'm going to add just a dab of glue here where we didn't put a brad. And I'm using this Brutus Monroe all-purpose glue. I think it's my favorite glue for paper projects now, because it glues really fast and permanently. Alright, so now we're going to take our twine, and I just cut it to size. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to wrap it on the end here, and I'm just going to use a couple pieces of washi tape on the back side to hold it in place. Then we're going to simply take this card, and we're going to use, remember, the A2 card, pre-made card, and we're going to glue it right to the front. Now I'm just going to use my ATG gun to glue down the back. Well, I really had fun making this card, and I think it turned out really great. I think any guy would love to get a card like this one. And I hope you enjoyed watching me create it, and I hope you learned some really fun new techniques to use in your cards. So now it's time for me to give you the tool for the prizes. So be sure and grab your pencil. So the tool for my video is a grinder. So write grinder next to your letter G so that you can use this to enter the prize giveaway. And remember, Gareth will be the last video, and in his video he'll give you all the instructions on how to enter. So again, thanks for joining me today. Be sure and hit the subscribe button, and hit the subscribe button on all the other artists and designers who participated in this hop for you. We love seeing your comments. It lets us know that you like seeing our videos, you enjoy them, and you'd like us to make more. And hit that like button too. So thanks again, guys. Have a great day, and see you next time. Bye-bye.